Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and I'm out here in the garage drinking a little bit of Prosecco. Don't worry, I don't have any guns out here on the table, but I just wanted to drink a little bit of sparkling wine. It's just what I'm into right now. Interesting fact about sparkling wine, did you guys know there's actually a movement internationally to change the name of champagne or sparkling wine or Prosecco to something called merit? Because the last name of the English chemist who first described the double fermentation process of wine for the Royal Society, and I guess it's the first documented case of what we would call sparkling wine, champagne, or Prosecco, was by this chemist named Merritt, and a lot of people think we should change the name to that. It doesn't have the same ring to it, but we do name a lot of things in our society after the people that either first discovered them or wrote about them or the like. Totally separate issue than guns. But tonight, I wanted to talk about the mean comments of the week. And I've kind of been off the grid. I've been doing so much stuff, trying to film a bunch of videos. And today I finished the range report and the garage portion of the range report on the AMT Automag 4 in 45 Winchester Magnum. And I got the gun cleaned up. I was actually able to field strip it. Normally with those AMTs, the tolerances are just so tight they're hard to get apart. But this one I was able to do it. And I put everything up and I said, you know, it's time to relax. And let's get the computer out and let's do the mean comments of the week. Because I got some good ones this week. So let's just dive right into it and we can laugh at these comments, laugh at me, or whatever. So the first comment I have is on my main channel, on the range report on the Knights Armament SR25 in 6.5 Creedmoor, and I call it the Ultimate DMR, Designated Marksman's Rifle. And Brandon Voss says, terrible group. You know, I always tell you guys on all my long-range footage stuff, I'm not an expert shot. I'm just an average gun guy, but I will say that firearm was exceptionally accurate for me. And I went back and watched the video. I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, let me go back and look at that. Because sometimes it's nice to watch my videos after a couple of months have gone by and go back and not be in the moment. And I went back and literally at 100 yards, my group was like that. You know what? I'm going to take that. If that's a bad group for him, it's a great group for me, and I am not ashamed to say that, okay? I just like to shoot guns and enjoy them, but this is one of the things where I say that YouTube and the entertainment of YouTube has ruined the gun culture because the expectations for what people think an average gun person should be able to do is unrealistic. And I'm sorry for giving maybe a crude analogy here, okay? But we talk about the psychology of human sexuality. And you'll hear psychologists say that if you watch a piece of pornography, for example, it's important to understand that what you see on film is not an accurate representation of real human sexual interactions. And if you don't understand that, it can warp somebody's mind, right? That's where people can become either addicted to it or can cause negative issues in their life, right? Well, I kind of feel like gun culture is victim of the same thing. We go online to watch YouTubers do these amazing tricks, right? We can go and watch 22 Plinkster and be able to shoot a 22 long rifle projectile through like a little washer that's thrown up in the air. Well, you watch that and go, oh yeah, I could do that. Everyone should be able to do that. And then when you see other people that can't do that, you're like, you suck, you're terrible. But in actuality, the people that are saying that couldn't do it themselves, right? I'm sure some people can, but for the most part, they can't. And that's what I think makes my channel so special, is that I try to do things from the perspective of an average gun guy and trying to produce gun content for the average gun culture. I doubt anybody that is a serious shooter, a serious trainer, a serious tactician watches my channel, okay? That's not my audience. I don't create gun content for them. And so when I find out they don't watch my channel, I'm not hurt in the least. I've mentioned in the past that in one of the social circles that I run in, I found out that there was a very well-known competition shooter, okay? And I was speaking with her once at an event, and we were talking about guns when I found out, oh yeah, you're a professional competition shooter. You've done all these different events. And I kind of started to talk with her about certain guns. I was mainly talking to her about 2011 pistols because that's what she shoots in competition. And I said, yeah, I've shot a few on my YouTube channel. And I wasn't, trying to say, oh, you got to go watch my YouTube channel. I was like, yeah, I've done this because this is my experience with this particular firearm. And she said a very flippant comment to me. And at first, it kind of hurt me a little bit. But then I took a step back and I was like, I don't think she meant anything bad by it. It was just her perspective because my content is not designed for her type of shooter. She said, oh yeah, I've seen your channel. It's just more Second Amendment advocacy. And I was like, yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, I do some political stuff, and that's okay. And that I realized, just like if you're going to be a successful writer, you have to know who your audience is. And as my channel has evolved, I create average gun content for average gun people. And so no matter what I do, it will never be as good as the people who are professional shooters. But also I warn people when it comes to watching content. I'm one of the few gun content creators that's honest. When I shoot at the range and I bring in the target, it's my honest to God group, okay? You'll notice there are some gun reviewers that never show you their targets. Now, I'm not saying that they're a bad shot. A good example of somebody that I personally watch and enjoy, Small Arms Solutions. When he goes out and takes, let's say, an LMT rifle to the range, you will see him shoot that rifle, but you'll notice you'll never have him show you his target. Now, does that mean his group is terrible? Absolutely not. It just means that maybe he's like, yeah, it's just an average gun, an average grouping that other people might make fun of. But I always show my group. But that also makes me wonder about other shooters, because they can shoot and show you them shooting the gun, and then when they show you the target, they cut and show you the target. How do you know that was really the group? You don't know, right? So they can give you a false sense and perception of their ability as a shooter through the magic of film editing. But you can tell me I'm a bad shot. That's perfectly fine. You just got to do it in a respectful way. All right, the next person, and this is kind of an older video here on the Texas Gun Vault 2. It's on my comments on the comments on the Texas Gun Vault 2 Garage Rambling. Sig Sauer deceived me with a P320 gas pedal, but I am not upset. And this video dealt with me buying something through SIG's website that I thought was an authentic SIG product, but was actually made by another company. And Omar OG says, bro looks like a full-grown baby. Well, he doesn't say anything about the topic at hand, anything I mentioned in the video, the gas pedal product that I bought, Sig Sauer, nothing. He just goes after the way that I look. Okay? Now, I have told you guys, I am not the most charismatic guy on YouTube. I mean, come on. Let's just be honest about that. I will say, though, a lot of people do like the sexy Texas Gun Vault bald head. It's really shiny. But I totally get it, right? I'm just an average guy, right? Nothing special here. So he just essentially attacks the way that I look. Now, I do appreciate the fact he says I look like a baby, because I do want to look youthful in appearance, but I know that I don't for 44. But that just commenting about the way that I look gets you banned. Didn't even respond to any of these. All right, next one. All right, this is on the Sig Sauer P320 unsafe? Another Sig P320 video. What's causing the issue, and I remember a look at the safeties, and this was back when everyone was talking about the negligent or the accidental discharge of that police officer that had a SIG P320 holstered. He leaned over to like pick up somebody and the gun went off. And of course, everyone's been saying the P320 is an inherently unsafe firearm. I kind of take a neutral stance on it, and I talk about the different things that could be causing this issue, from holsters to the lack of a blade safety in the trigger, to how the mechanics of the P320 works. And Mr. Tony Santos says, you have no effing idea about the Glock safeties. If you don't know, why not get a collaborator to help? I know everything there is to know about the Glock safeties, and I go over them. I talk about the 3 safeties, from the blade safety to the firing pin safety to the safety where the striker is at half cock. And a lot of times people think they know a lot about guns because they've watched other content creators and they think that they're the smartest in the room. Or if you have an opinion about particular things and it disagrees with them, well, you're an absolute knucklehead. You know, I thank you guys in my videos. When I say something wrong or I don't have a piece of information and you guys politely correct me or add information to my videos, I really appreciate it, because I can't cover everything in my videos, even though they're super long form. I get great comments all the time where I'm reviewing I'll just say, I don't know, a Diamondback DB15 is just what comes to mind right now. Because I think I have a comment on one of those on that video later. People will say, hey, you missed this feature about this gun. And they'll say, hey, it does this, or this is what. I'm like, thank you for adding this information. I say that, I heart the comment. I'm like, thank you for adding this. I did miss this, or I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing. I learn as much from you guys as you learn from me. And that's what I love about the community here at the Texas Gun Vault and what we have collaboratively built together. And it just makes me sad, and I kind of pity these people that if they disagree with you, they just got to be mean to you. So once again, I didn't reply and just blocked and banned. All right, now the next one I think is my favorite in this video, because in my last video where I did the mean comments of the week, somebody gave me a mean comment and got banned. I mean, talk about ironic. Texas Gun Vault 2, Kalashnikov, USA gone, HK-M27, responding to the mean comments of the week. And Comrade Yuri 8492. And just before I tell you guys the comment here, just with that YouTube name alone, you know this is one of the AK retards. Now, listen, if you love the AK a lot, I'm not calling you retard, but you got to admit, the AK community is full of a bunch of idiots out there, okay? These people are knuckle-dragging Neanderthals that can't see beyond the AK. Anyway, I talked about the Kalashnikov KP9 that I have that I SBR'd. And you guys know the Texas Gun Vault 2 is a channel that I just talk behind the scenes. This is not my main channel. I don't review guns here. I'll talk about guns. This is just a place for the people that enjoy my other content on my main channel to have a different type of interaction with me. I can do this. I don't have to worry about editing. I can talk off the cuff. I can make mistakes and weird noises. You know, if my chair creaks, I don't have to edit it out of a video and so forth. I can stutter, all that. I don't have to worry about it. We're just chill here, right? We're just talking. And then you can go watch my other stuff that's way more professionally made on the main channel. But this guy obviously has the AK, mentality. And as I said, if you're an AK guy, I'm not disparaging you because I love AKs too. I love AKs. But Comrade Yuri 8492 said, tabletop review, never fired this firearm, clickbait! Oh my God, this man loves to talk endlessly. All he has to do is go over to my main channel where I do an unboxing. I do like a range report on it. You can go watch it there. This is my behind the scenes channel. My brain hurts with some of these people. Like it really does. Like how stupid do you have to be not to see this? Okay? But anyway, once again, didn't respond. I wanted to so bad. You have no idea how I wanted to respond so bad. Just banned them. And the next one is on the range report on the American Defense Manufacturer UIC, the Universal Improved Carbine, and Gunfighter Firearms LLC says, FUD alert. Now, once again, I go back to that video and I was like, okay. First off, you guys know that the F word is one of those words that I hate. You say that word on my channel, you're done. you're just done, okay? Because that is like the N word in the gun community, and people just throw around that word with people that they don't like. You know, for example, to me, and I hate to feel this way because you guys know I'm a huge Second Amendment advocate. But there are people out there that feel that if you're not willing to literally get into a gunfight with the ATF and die because of whatever stupid regulation you're a FUD, how dare you? You know, that kind of thing. Instead of approaching things through a smart and intellectual way, doing things through the courts, advocating for laws, or saying, you know what, there's a common ground, because in order for us to win the gun debate, we have to bring people in from the center. There's not enough of us that are Second Amendment absolutists to win the day realistically on a political level. So we have to bring people in from the middle. And in order to bring those people in from the middle, you're going to have a very nuanced approach to gun rights, okay? If your stance is, okay, even though you personally believe machine guns should be unregulated, many people in the middle that have no idea about guns, don't understand how they work, you are not going to win them over by telling them machine guns should be unregulated. Now, you might be able to get them and go, hey, machine guns should be on the NFA, but maybe they shouldn't be banned from all the new the new ones shouldn't be banned from public circulation and civilian transferable status. You might be able to, through logic and reason, get people that for the most part are in that middle ground to go, you know what? I'm going to concede that issue with you. And all of a sudden we have someone new on our side. And over time, we can advance the ball in the pro-gun agenda. That's how the anti-gunners win constantly. They don't win through sweeping passages of gun laws. They do it incrementally over time through small little changes. And there's people on our side that if they don't go from what we have today to Second Amendment absolutism and you don't agree with them, you're a FUD. And in a way, when these people say this, and especially if they're from places, and you guys are going to hate me for this, okay? This is the emotional side of Jason from the Texas Gun Vault. And trust me, Jason does not get very emotional very much. I love it when these people get what they deserve. And what I mean by that is they have their gun rights curtailed because they're so absolutist. They're so blinded by the fact that, to win the gun rights debate, you have to be nuanced. You have to play politics. You have to play the legal game because that's the way the system is. What's the saying they always say? Don't hate the player, hate the game, right? Well, they just hate the player. And they're essentially alone in this fight because they're like, even though everyone else agrees with them 95% of the time, they call everyone else the F word because you're not willing to go, you know what, I got this life, I got a family, but I'm willing to die today to get into a firefight with the ATF because they want to regulate frames and receivers, 80% frames and receivers. And then people are like, oh, you're a FUD, you won't die for your cause? I think it's absolute, okay, I think I've been in the video long enough I can say it officially. It's bullshit. And people like this make the gun community look bad to the people in the middle that we can win over, okay? So I know I got a little emotional there. As I said, I want gun rights to succeed in the United States. I want them to grow. But sometimes when these people, especially if they're in jurisdictions and their gun rights are getting curtailed and they look at other gun owners who are trying to help them and call them names, I don't want to help them at all. I'm glad when they lose their rights. Okay? And you guys can hate me for that, but that's how I feel emotionally. I said intellectually, I don't feel that way. I don't think that way. Okay? I want gun rights to win here across the board. But emotionally, that's what I want to happen to him. And then finally, we have the range report on the Diamondback DB15. I told you we had one of these videos. I said, sometimes you get what you pay for. Ramhood88 says, stop talking like a news reporter on TV, brah. Well, I guess I've been elevated to the status of brah. But, yeah, my main channel is a little bit more polished. believe it or not, all of my videos are unscripted. I know, I have like a bullet point thing of what I want to talk about in each segment, but sometimes I don't even stick to that. I literally turn on the camera and just talk like I am. But because I want it to be more professional, I want it to have a better flow to it, I really work on my presentation style. Where here I can be way more relaxed. When I turn on the camera for the main channel, it's not programmatic, it's not scripted, but I have to work on having the flow work better. And I know, I am not a professional media person, I'm not a professional broadcaster, I'm a professional musician. That's what I do. That's what I do for a living. So I just do this, and I think I've gotten better over time, but that's how I do things here. And some people say that I'm not scripted enough. People make fun of me on my videos for the exact opposite. They'll say that my flow, my tempo, my cadence when I talk is too prepared or underprepared. They'll say it sounds like you don't know what you're talking about. You stumble, you say and but and have conjunctions and so forth. And then other people will say this. And it's one of those, you can't please everybody all the time. And I tell people, if you don't like me, you don't like how I talk, you don't like the content that I present, that is totally fine. You do not hurt my feelings, okay? I am not for everybody. And I don't do this for you. I know, I do it for you, but you guys know what I mean. I actually do this because I enjoy it. Trust me, I would not spend the hours that I do out here in the garage making videos, editing videos, if I didn't enjoy it for myself. Okay? I get nothing from this. I'm a one-man show. That's it. That's it. So if I didn't enjoy doing it for myself, I wouldn't do it. And anyway, so if you don't like what I sound like, how I talk, go watch other content. You don't have to say mean comments on my channel and just go away, right? One of my favorite sayings is, don't go away mad. Just go away. Yeah, that's it. So don't go away mad, just go away. And that's it. Yeah. You don't have to add negativity to the world. As I tell you guys, there's plenty of YouTubers out there that I personally do not like. I don't like how they talk. I don't like the content that they cover. I don't like their format. But I don't go onto their channel and call them names. I don't go onto their channel and say how stupid they are. I don't go onto their channel and critique them. I just go away. Because that content obviously is being consumed and enjoyed by others. And why do I want to bring negativity into that? It makes no sense. I don't have time for adding to the meanness or the evil of the world. And even like little comments like this, I'm sure all these people are innocent. They're not out to like hurt me or anything. But to me, it's like sands in an hourglass. When you bring negativity into this world, it's spawned at its core from evil. And I believe that we should do good every day. And it's impossible to do good all the time and be great all the time. It's impossible to be aware of everyone else's feelings and to make everyone else feel happy. You can't do it. You can't do it. But you can have an awareness of it. To go, you know what? Think before you speak. Is what I'm going to say or what I'm about to do, is that going to enhance the world or is it going to bring the world down? Because if I say something negative, all I've done is create negativity. And that's just not a way to live. It's not a way to live. You need to be judicious and just and disciplined in what you say and do. And the older I get, the more I try to do that. And I fully admit that I don't always do that. I fall short. Okay? Like I said earlier, when it came to that comment saying, emotionally, I feel like that person should have their gun rights curtailed. They called me the F word, right? I know that's bad. I know that's bad. And I can feel it emotionally, but as I said, intellectually, I know it's wrong. And it's the battle that I think we all fight as human beings. But when I make these videos, that's what I want to bring to light in all of this. So I hope you guys enjoy this. And yeah, the mean comments of the week. So I'm sure I'll have more And I hope you guys are having a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. And let me know what you all think. And I know some of you guys say I'm way oversensitive in this. I promise you I'm not, because I close the computer and I'm done. I don't think about it. The comments are deleted. I upload the video and I'm done. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. And if you made it to the end of the video, what is today's word? Today's word, oh, it's going to be a hard one. It's going to be, oh man, Prosecco. Prosecco. You guys got to look up what the difference between a champagne and a Prosecco is. Because there is a difference, a slight difference. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And, as always, thanks for watching.